Hello and welcome everybody to a brand new installation and format on my channel. It's called Can I Draw This? Where pretty much, it says it right in the title, it's a series where I'm going to try to draw different shit, and if you want to see me struggle, and if you want to see me fail at it, then by all means, click that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. But yeah, we've got a long journey to go. Have you seen how many anime and manga there are in the world? That's like 3 videos at least. So much material. But anyway, let's get into today's topic, which is, can I draw Chainsaw Man? Boom! I want the editor to put like chainsaws on my hands and on my head. I want it to look like really cool. I want to feel like Denji. But anyway, let's get right into the video and see what we can do. Okay, so as you can see right here, I am starting off with a very crude and rather unpleasant looking sketch of Denji. If you think this will get better as time goes on, then you are sadly mistaken, because it will only get worse from here on out. But let's see where this journey takes us. Right here, I am trying to nail his expression, I feel like his expression is very important. Expression in general is very important when you're drawing, like, fan art, especially, and even your own original characters. And Denji is a mad lad, so I felt like having his tongue sticking out was gonna be the best choice for this drawing, because, that's what crazy people do, right? That's what mad people do. They stick out their tongue, right? So anyway, moving on. One thing I do sometimes is focus on the upper part of the body where the head and the chest are, and I kind of like doodle around a bit and kind of feel out the mood for this, piece. And once I'm done with that, I actually tend to shrink the drawing, and then I go like and draw the lower half of the body, which is honestly, it goes against everything I've been taught as an artist. I don't think it's a good habit, and I do not suggest you do this. And I'm trying to kind of like unteach myself as well. So yeah, do not do this at home. It's too dangerous. It may ruin your potential art career, which is, you don't want to do that, right? It's just like you want to have a good art career, like me, of course. Come on. So anyway, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Vaku, how can you understand absolutely anything from what's going on inside your sketch? It looks so messy. And to this question, I only have one answer, and that is that I don't understand. I'm having a hard time figuring out what is what. But if you've been me and you've been drawing like this for your whole life, I suppose, you kind of have ways to get around it. So what I will do now is I will add a cleaner sketch on top of the messy sketch, so I can have a better sketch when I'm inking. It's a very sketchy process. Yeah. So anyway, that doesn't bother me too much, because I am such a natural born beast, a drawing machine, that I can afford to do sketches all I want, honestly. If sketches were currency in real life, I would be like Lucas Walton. And disclaimer, I do not know who Lucas Walton is. I am from Bulgaria, so I'm not really familiar. But when I looked him up on Google, he was in the top 100 richest people in the world, and he was number 82, and he works at Walmart, which is honestly fucking amazing for a cashier at Walmart. That's incredible. So kudos to him. But let's get on with the drawing again. So, speaking of cash, our drawing is starting to look pretty rich rather than, dirt poor. And I would say that this contributes to one thing and one thing only. I actually changed Denji's expression. He is no longer sticking his tongue out. He is, rather than that, he's grinning his super sharp teeth, ear to ear. And the reason why I did that is because I think that this smile better portrays the, inner struggles and emotion Denji faces throughout the entirety of Chainsaw Man, and it really shows the mentality. And yeah, I'm just kidding. I changed the face because I was having a pretty hard time drawing the tongue with the sharp teeth. It just didn't look right in any way. It didn't look right, so I decided to run away and abandon my problems, and I decided to start again. So if you I don't know. You can choose to do that if you wish. I don't know. It makes me feel like a weak link in the end, but moving on. Unlike me though, a person who doesn't run away is Beam from Chainsaw Man, and I honestly love this dude. And you know, so I felt like if Denji will be lifting his foot in this drawing, why not draw Beam supporting him, you know, from underneath? And man, that doesn't sound family friendly at all. I apologize. But anyway, I decided to add him because Beam is a true bro, like a best boy from the entire manga, and he deserves to be in this drawing. I genuinely adore his character and the way he supports Denji throughout the entire, well, not the entire, because, you know, he kind of gets, you know. And with this, we have our final finished sketch, a lot cleaner than what we, you know, initially started with, and honestly a lot easier to work with as well. So yeah, now let's jump into my favorite part, which is the inking. So honestly, there isn't, you know, a lot I can say about inking. If you look at inking, it's like the sketch itself, but just more refined, and that's why I love inking so much. I don't put a lot of thought into it. All the thoughts that I needed to put, I've already put into the original sketch, so now it's kind of like a relaxing cleanup part of sorts. Plus, I love cross-hatching. Well, not exactly cross-hatching, more like hatching, right? Because I rarely cross anything. But yeah, with that said, let's enjoy the sped up, you know, version of the inking process, and I'll catch you when it's time to go in for the colors. Like this fucking shirt. I love this. I love this shirt. So yeah. Okay, see you in the colors. So when I said that I love cross-hatching, I wasn't, you know, fucking around. Like, I love this process. It has such a relaxing effect on me. But now, when looking at these things, one thing I want you to take a look at is Denji's fucked up elbow, you know, on the hand that's pulling his, you know, cord from his chest. I am fully aware that the muscles on that arm are wrong as heck, and his elbow looks misplaced, but I won't bother fixing it, so that I have something to work on and keep in mind for my next drawing. It's like eating art leftovers, you know? But, no, I just saw it really late into the process. I fixed it towards the end of the video, but I hope it annoys you to such an extent that you stay till the end of the video to see it fixed. It's like a genius brain level, you know, way to make YouTube views, I guess. So yeah. So when it comes to coloring, what I like to do is make the background a shade of gray, and I recommend you do this too. You can honestly pick any shade of gray. It doesn't really matter which one it was. You can pick like light gray, dark gray, some softer gray. You can do 50 shades of gray. Anyway, the reason why I do this is there are actually two reasons. One reason is that when the background is gray before I start coloring the piece, it's kind of like a subconscious method. It makes me try and be more, you know, creative with my colors. Maybe something more funky, something more unique, something more, you know, popping. Because, you know, I like those types of colors. I want it to look really cool. The second reason, however, is that when the background is white, it actually burns my fucking eyes, and I actually start feeling like, you know, like I'm going blind, like I'm Neji from Naruto, you know. it's like my eyes are starting to get bleached, and it's not a good feeling. And you may not feel it now, but after a while, when you just continue drawing, right, it gets quite bothersome. So I recommend you do this too. So yeah, there you go, an art tip from the drawing man himself. After this, I follow up by creating my base colors for every different part of the drawing, like, you know, the skin, the shirts, hair. I start filling in the spaces like pretty much like a coloring book. And now I know a lot of people find this part to be like extremely relaxing, right? For me, because I have so many, you know, cross hatchings everywhere in my inks, it tends to be a pain, especially with the paint bucket tool. It's not a good time, definitely not a good time. It tends to leave, you know, many space is blank. It just looks messy when you zoom in, but in the end I found a way around it, but still quite annoying. And personally, I am not the biggest fan of, you know, filling in and flatting colors. Now here, for the goo coming out of Denji's hand, I wanted to go for a sicker lime slime green, you know, similar to what they use in the Chainsaw Man covers, you know, and I really hope they keep the funky colors when the anime comes out, you know. I mean, not JoJo's Bizarre Adventure funky, but, you know, still, I would rather have like colors that are really popping in my face, right, in the anime, rather than something boring. But yeah, Chainsaw Man is like, you know, so exceptional visually in terms of direction and overall layout of the scenes that I would rather, you know, Chainsaw Man get a shitty anime rather than a boring one. But that's just my opinion. So if you agree, let me know in the comments. But yeah, moving on. And with this, our base colors, which I will build off of, are ready. So let's get into the shading. So right here, I kind of forgot to record the start of my skin shading, but pretty much for this piece, I've decided to do something different. I'm not a painterly, you know, colorist. I tend to love more flat, popping colors that are in your face rather than anything painterly or soft or blendy. But today I felt like, you know, I wanna paint a bit. You know, sometimes you wake up, you wanna paint a bit. So what I'm doing now is I'm just applying light shades to the body to kind of chisel out the muscles. You understand? Yeah, I hope that makes sense. I do this with every single part of the drawing, so it's the same formula, and after I'm done with the light shades, it's time to go deeper on this drawing, okay? It's time to go darker, shades that reflect and represent the true feelings of my soul. Or as I like to call it, it's just basic shading. So anyway, from here on out, it's just shading the piece and, you know, adjusting colors. So let's speed up the process and head on over to the actually finished product. So see you there. And here we have the finished version. I chose a light pink background because otherwise my options were, you know, either blue or yellow. And I'm gonna tell you why I didn't went for those. Yellow would look good with the blue shirt and beam on the bottom, but the green blood would not be as, you know, impactful and funky as I would wanted it to be. And a blue background, on the other hand, would look very good with Denji's skin and hair because, you know, and his shirt. Oh, no, not his shirt. It will look good with only his skin and his hair because blue is a complementary color to, you know, pink and red. But sadly, his shirt and beam on the bottom will kind of lose out their, you know, their impact as well, the same way the blood would lose its impact if the background was yellow. So, yeah. In the end, I picked light pink because, you know, complements the blue tones and the green blood because the background, you know, is very light and Denji's more shaded dark skin pops out and doesn't get caught into the mix as opposed to the previous two versions. But before I can call, you know, this piece finished, it's time to do what every artist needs to do at one point, and I want you to keep in mind this is very important, and this is probably the one thing that's holding you back as an artist, and you should definitely, you know, just learn from here on out. So, are you ready? It's time to flip the canvas. Yeah. Okay, I think it looks good. I think it looks good. Perfect. So, and now for the question that's been on everybody's mind this whole video. Can I draw Denji from Chainsaw Man? And the answer is no. I can't. Like and subscribe for more videos.